Hi everybody, 4th Street Chop Shop. Skippy the Terrible here. And this is my 69 Coronet. It's the first time it's been this clean, probably 10 years or more, that it's been sitting in this garage, covered in stuff. I'm getting ready to pull the rear out. It's got a 410 Dana. And I had to sell it to pay some bills, unfortunately. But, you know, that's the way life goes sometimes. Hopefully I'll be able to replace it at some point. It's got a Dana rear out of a 66-67 B-body Mopar. I bought up in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, or York, Pennsylvania. Probably 20 years ago. I think I paid $650 for it. It had 538s in it. Racing studs, all that. Took all that out, put in a 410. Rebuilt the shore grip and all. Only got a couple thousand miles on it. This car's been sitting, like I said, for quite a few years. I got it from a buddy of mine. I traded a 64 Dodge 440 station wagon for it. He's big into their early B-bodies. I am too, but he was even more. And he just wanted that wagon. Couldn't stand this car. He bought it out of Camden, New Jersey, out of a warehouse. Just a 318 automatic air conditioning car. Fellow had bought it new and driven it for some years and then given it to his grandson to make a race car out of. He put a half-ass roll cage in it, stuffed in a 440 with a tunnel ram and a Dana automatic. There's some damage on the floor where apparently he must have thrown a U-joint or two. Then it got parked in the warehouse. Vince bought it just because he wanted the parts. The Dana, the motor, the transmission. I got it from him, like I said, in a trade for the 64 wagon. I put a 391 8 3/4 rear in it for a while. We stuffed in a 440, an automatic out of a 76 or 77 Chrysler New Yorker that I bought for $150. And drove around for a few years like that. Put the Dana in somewhere along the line, I forget when. The motor ran fine, but not much for oil pressure. The rod bearings were completely copper when we finally took it apart. So, you know, we did the right thing and just ran 85 W120 gear oil. Keep that pressure up. Worked pretty good. Then one day, the rocker shaft came loose and broke. Popped out a couple lifters. Drove it home. Nice thing about a Mopar, when you lose a couple lifters like that, you still have oil pressure to the bottom end because the oil goes to the mains first. And then it came here, we pulled the motor out. I have a new motor for it over there in that corner. But, you know, these days putting a motor in a car costs you $500 to $1,000 if you're doing it any kind of right. Well, maybe one day soon. Hey, maybe if this YouTube thing kicks off and I start making some money, I could put some parts on it, huh? So, that's all for tonight. If you got any questions, you know, throw them down there in the comments. Happy to hear from you. And do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, all that. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you later.